record. Hey everybody, I'm your pal Dark Trennow, back today with another episode of the Toradora Discord server podcast, and joining me today is the one and only legendary Titan Bro Montana.
Hey, how's it going?
Titan, it's so good to have you on.
That's great to be here.
And one day we will eventually get that Megu episode, and you will definitely are more than welcome to be on the Megu episode too, because y'all are pretty good friends if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, actually, he's the reason I joined the server, to be honest.
Oh really?
Yeah, you want me to go through that story?
Yeah, I think that'd be a great story to tell.
All right. So I've known Megu for what, like 6 years now, and he's actually the guy that got me into anime as a whole. And he told me to watch Toradora after I'd watched a few shows already. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And immediately after I watched Toradora, he sent me the link to the Toradora Discord server, and I went. And I don't know, it's been a while since I joined.
That's good. And so he got you into anime as a whole, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So he kind of like hinted at it. It was back when he was watching like 7 shows at a time, which is ridiculous. But yeah, he I just kept getting recommendations from him. And those are all the shows I've watched, essentially, are his recommendations. I Suffice it to say, I haven't watched a bad anime yet, so
So he has good taste.
yeah, I would definitely say so.
Okay. I'll have to ask him for recommendations. My watch schedule's been a little dry as of late. So Megu not only got you into anime, but our great server as well. But you are the one who actually sat down and watched Toradora. What'd you think of the show?
Um, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I believe it's one of my only 10 out of 10s that I've scored on my anime list. I have one other, but
Impressive.
um, oh, I have two others actually. The other two are Parasite and Tsukigakure. Um,
I've heard of Parasite. I haven't heard of Sukiyakure.
Tsukigakure. It was on the group watch schedule a little while ago.
Okay.
But
Yeah, for those who don't know, our server actually does have a group watch. So if you're interested in checking out some great anime with friends, you can sign up for the next one. They happen pretty frequently.
yeah, it's one group watch per week. I think it's four episodes a week, something along those lines. And
Mm.
during the watch, you can spam emotes and whatnot. It's a good time.
And you're pretty big in the group watch world, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I try to attend every week, but sometimes I don't.
Such is life.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. Um,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, going back to the question, I very very much enjoyed Toradora, enough to a point to where I went to the subreddit and the Discord, and I joined both, and I've kind of been an active member for at least 8 months now.
A true veteran. So who's your favorite character out of the show?
Um, I know a lot of people might not like this, but I am a huge Ami. Sorry, readjusting my chair, but I'm a huge Ami fan.
That brings her total up to 3, which has tied her for second in our tally, which is currently sitting at Taiga 6, Ryuji 3, Ami 3, and Minori 1.
Oh no.
So why Ami? Because that's a rare breed. It tends to be pretty much Taiga.
Well, I as much as I do like the whole tsundere aspect of it, I feel like Ami didn't quite know what she wanted the whole time, and then once she did, she was kind of neglected a little bit. I feel like she's just very soft spoken with a hard outer shell. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So she's very blunt, but not about the things that she actually cares about.
There's more to her than at first
Yeah,
appearance.
exactly.
And I would agree with that. That's very fair because late in the series, and I'll try to say without spoiling. Well, I suppose without spoiling too much. Beware of potential Tora spoilers, of course, on these. Um, when she gives like her whole rundown of why she's done what she's done, I didn't expect her reasoning to be what it was.
Hmm.
So there really is a very distinct personality beneath the cold exterior of Ami.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't want to say anything actually. I feel like I'll ruin it.
Why is that?
Well, because I was gonna say you could probably cut this out if you'd like, but I was gonna say, I mean, Ami at the very beginning did not like Taiga at all, and later on into the show they become, great friends, which I think is pretty cool.
No, yeah, no, I like that too. It was when you see the in the Christmas arc, that was a very nice show of friendship they had there on stage.
I can't wait for the rewatch.
Oh yeah, our Christmas rewatch is coming up. It's already November, so it won't be long now. Hopefully, we'll be joined by Ryuji's voice actor for in the dub, like we apparently they've had in the past on the subreddit.
Oh, really?
They've had rewatches. Yeah, he's shown up for those.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I think it would be really cool to get to see him and hopefully other people involved with the show as well. Just so it's really cool to actually because it's 10 years old now.
Yeah,
So we just had the anniversary.
it's crazy.
It's like it'd be really cool to be like 10 years later. How do you feel about the anime? Do you love it even more now? But so we know Toradora stacks up against the other anime really at the top.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
the gold standard.
It's definitely top three. We'll say. Because I like all of my top the three that I had mentioned earlier. I like all of them for very specific reasons, and Toradora just kind of hit me, in the heart, and then others hit me other places. Like, sounded odd, but Parasite's really a thinker, and I really like that about that show. Um, but Toradora is something. It's like a guilty pleasure. You can sit down and watch it and kind of just be happy the whole time.
Right. Um. So you said earlier, like you haven't watched a bad anime.
Exactly.
So you haven't had one that's really, really ground your gears.
Well, okay, so the one there, I've only got one anime that I've dropped, and I didn't drop it for the plot or anything like that. I just really didn't like the art style. But if it was a separate art style, I probably would have enjoyed it thoroughly.
I think that's a good reason though. There's been a few I haven't like started just because I look at the art style. I was like, I don't want to watch that for 24 episodes.
Exactly. I understand that completely.
Hmm. So as far as your anime taste go as a whole, are there any genres you gravitate towards more to than others?
I definitely gravitate towards the more slice of life or romantic comedy type animes. Like I said, Tsuki Gakure and Toradora are very far up there, and those are both, slice of life, rom-com style animes. Um, I don't really watch action, to be honest, not very much. Yeah, I definitely gravitate towards slice of life.
That's a really popular genre. Shin is a huge fan of slice of life too, and so is CP Man. Both of them are all over that. I know because I'll never get those in AMQ.
Yeah.
So when you're not watching anime, what are you doing in your free time?
Well, I usually play video games. I don't know, I put way too much time into my video games.
Don't we all
Uh,
though?
yeah, but the thing is, the video games that I play make people hate me more. Like I'm one of those guys that puts in way too much time in Rocket League and Counter-Strike, and it's just like, why are you playing this? These are both dead games. But
Oh yeah, you were telling me about both of those the other day in a dark chat.
yeah.
Um, you have like, was it? I'm trying to remember. Was it 300 hours in Rocket League and 1,000 or CS and 1,000 in CS:GO, or is it reverse?
Oh no, I have 630 now in Rocket League, and I have roughly, yeah, 630 in CS:GO as well. I
God.
was at like 515 or something in Rocket League when I had 100 hours in CS:GO, and then I just played a lot of CS:GO, and still bad. Doesn't matter.
People are just like, God, that Titan Bro guy is absolutely horrible. I bet he bought the. I bet he got this game yesterday. Checks your Steam profile. Nope.
Yeah, yeah,
The worst part of it all.
yeah. The worst part is that I'm just garbage. Yeah. But I have fun sometimes. Sometimes I want to punch my desk. Doesn't matter.
I know how you feel. Um, there's been more than once with, especially playing games like League of Legends,
Oh
where it's
God,
just like
don't get me started.
it's the biggest rush, right? And then other times you're like, this is the worst thing mankind has created.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it. I have quite a few League of Legends accounts with quite a few hours played. Um, I've played since 2011, and I believe there was this one website that like kind of showed you how many hours you've played, and
Yeah. God, what's the name of that?
over across all of my accounts, I have well over 2,000 hours played.
What's your rank in League?
Oh,
I know you don't play too much League anymore, but
you ready for the kicker? I've
I'm ready for it.
I'm silver 4.
That's me right there.
Oh.
So it's okay.
One of my accounts has every character, and before Runes Reforged, I had every rune as well. Um, so yeah, I have a few 100,000 blue essence just kicking around. It's
Nothing to spend it on.
it's good.
Who's your favorite champ in League?
Um, I don't remember. I haven't played in a while. I actually played today. I did play one game today. I played an ARAM.
Nice.
Uh, played Misfortune. But I'd say my favorite character for a long time was Jinx. Just because I'm an ADC main.
And she has blue hair. Ami has blue hair.
Mm,
It's all adding up.
exactly. Ami's not quite as crazy, but she could be.
Yeah. Worlds just happened for League as well. Did you watch any of that?
No, I've watched the past 3 Worlds Championships, but I did not watch this one.
Mm,
Like I said, I fell out hardcore from the game.
that's okay. Um, so I take it you spend pretty much all your gaming time on PC.
Yeah, I actually don't own a console anymore.
Oh,
Um,
you gotta join the Switch Bros.
I've never really been a huge fan of Nintendo, to be honest. Um, I don't know. The only Nintendo games that I really played were like Wii Fit. That was pretty much it. I really enjoyed bowling.
Did it at least give you like a good body rating or whatever? I'm trying to. It's been so long since I used my Wii Fit.
um, yeah, I think I had very near perfect center of mass.
Nice.
Uh, like how you'd stand on it and it'd weigh you and then judge your center of gravity or whatever.
Hmm.
I believe it was always on on par latitudinally, latitudinally from up to down.
Up to
Up,
down vertical.
yeah, vertical. That one. Um, my vertical center of mass was great, um, and my horizontal was eh, almost there. But yeah, it always made me feel better because it was always wrong.
Looking back, I'm like, there's no way that stuff was particularly accurate.
Oh, I only had 12% body fat. I was also 12. So
Yeah, you sit there and you're like, oh, like why is my balance so bad? It's like, well, Dark, you're 12 years old, and you don't do a lot of sports. Yeah. It's like, yeah, I guess that explains it. Yeah. So, what's the origin of your username? Because you don't get something like Titan Bro Montana on just a whim, I would think.
okay, so back about 3 years ago, me and my friends we all played League pretty religiously, and we all decided to create a team. And instead of changing our names, we all made new accounts. And the whole point of these accounts were to just play ranked, so we had to level them up and all that. Well, one of my teammates, he was Titan Kronos. Um, then there was Titan Dank Damon, uh, Titan something else. Obviously, it didn't work out, so I was the only one that kept the name Titan and then Bro Montana. It was a space,
Hmm.
so we were like the team name was Titan, and then we had our actual usernames. And I had never actually had a username before. Like my previous League account actually is just my first and last name.
Oh,
Like
don't dox yourself there.
obviously, well, I mean, I'm just saying it was
Yeah.
obviously not the smartest thing to do. But so I chose Bro Montana in homage of the great Joe Montana
Mm.
because he's a bro, and
Oh,
it kind of just stuck. I ended up being a higher rank on that account in League, so I just kind of threw away my old account, used this one, and kind of just kept it going.
nice. Speaking of Joe Montana, he's your Steam profile pic too, isn't he?
Oh yeah, and I have you've seen the new one, right?
Yeah, it's the Cloud9 jersey, I want
Yeah,
to say.
he's got a Photoshop Cloud9 jersey. It's pretty good, honestly. I found it on Google.
um, what's something the server doesn't know about you?
Um, Something this server doesn't know about me. I don't watch as much anime as they probably think because my when I open Google, it says the game that I'm playing on Discord is watching anime probably,
Mm.
and I have that open almost all the time, and so they probably all think that I'm watching anime, but I probably only watch about an hour or so every week.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it actually is always on for you.
Yeah, I always have a browser open doing something.
um, so Toradora, we know you consider it a 10 out of 10. Is it your all-time favorite anime or is it just top three?
It's actually not my all-time favorite,
That's okay.
but it is top three. It kind of moves around a little bit in that top three. I'd say Parasite is probably my all-time favorite,
Hmm.
because it's got a lot of meaning behind it. A lot of animes don't actually have like an underlying theme in the real world.
Mhm.
Or if they do, it's very, very hidden. But in Parasite, that theme is very well thought out and portrayed in a way to where it's not annoying that you're trying to teach, the viewer a lesson, but it's also very apparent that you are.
um, so when you're talking about teaching you a lesson, what exactly do you mean? Like in the case of Parasite?
Okay, so um, you're gonna want to put spoilers on this.
Yeah,
So
spoilers, guys, for Parasite in this episode.
yep. So in Parasite, what happens is the very first episode, um, these things just kind of fall down from the sky, and these like little dandelion-looking things. Um, or not dandelion. Yeah, dandelion. Like the seeds. And they end up going into people's houses, and it follows the main character. He's being attacked by a parasite, but they're supposed to enter into a human's ear and then take over the brain.
Hmm.
And then the whole underlying thing is they're cannibals. So they're trying to eradicate the human race enough to a point to where it won't hurt the earth anymore because humans are essentially killing the earth, and that was Mother Nature's way of defending itself, was
Hmm.
sending these parasites in with no job but to kill a lot of humans.
Okay.
And
So it's a environmentalist in a way.
yeah, exactly. And later on in the series, they go by a city dump, and they you know talk about the significance of what that is essentially, and how it's ruining the earth as a whole.
Okay. Um. So as of right now, you have a CHUNI profile pic of Rika, and I believe from the OVA, the Christmas one.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen it to be honest. I'm just a huge Tooney fan. I really like Tooney as well. Um, but actually no, I usually keep the Rika PFPs because I know it makes Hip happy whenever he sees them.
Because there's like this, the server has a surprising amount of CHUNI fans. It's like every time I turn around, it's like Hip, Titan Bro, Biston. I think even Umi's watched it now, but I could be wrong about that. I know he's been on a JoJo binge. But how much of CHUNI have you seen?
I've seen both seasons,
Okay,
but I haven't watched any of
so
the movies.
mm, yeah, the I've only seen one of the two OVAs, and it was pretty good. And I have seen the movie. Um, Again, spoilers here for CHUNI more than likely. That's okay. That's kind of expected with the territory of like a podcast that covers mainly anime.
Yeah.
Um, so tell us what you thought of CHUNI, because I'd say is something that's held in pretty high regard from what I've seen.
Yeah, I really, I don't know, I connected pretty well with Utah. Because like except it was more of an elementary school to middle school transformation for me, but it was essentially, the same, trying to get away from who I was in elementary school and to be a new person in middle school. And so I
Mm.
really connected with that aspect of it, but I just really liked how he kind of couldn't get away from it because of Rika, and I just thought it was really fun to watch, and a really like a heartthrobber, essentially. Kind of pulled on your heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah. Um, what do you prefer, season one or season two?
I like season one better.
Okay.
I'm very big on introductions and how characters are introduced, and I really enjoyed how Mori Summer was introduced. I can't remember her actual name.
Nibatani.
Yes. Yeah. I thought it was hilarious that was just that popular girl, and then all of a sudden she wanted the book, and then she got the book and then burned it.
um. So you just said you really like introductions. Is that
Mm.
like just your favorite part of really like starting a new show in general? Is just like you would get to meet these new characters and the world they live in?
Yeah, I like meeting the characters and then trying to figure out what they're about. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
just trying to figure out like what why they're doing what they're doing, and you know, I think it's pretty cool. My favorite, all-time favorite for introductions was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The introductions in that show and the character building is, I think, second to none. I thought it was really good.
Good. I have a friend, IRL, who swears up and down by Full Metal Alchemist, but I haven't watched a single bit of it.
I
I
uh,
do know that in. Oh, go ahead.
I started Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then I got like 15 to 20 episodes in, and then I stopped for like 3 months, and I don't know why. After finishing the whole series, I was like, why did I ever stop?
That show has a million OPs, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like 7 or 8. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but
No, I swear it has a bunch because I swear in AMQ, like if
oh
it's
yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, unless it's like the first one, everyone's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one because it's like 6 of 8 or whatever.
yeah. There's a lot, and all of them, in my opinion, are very good. Um, I think the fourth one is my favorite, the fourth OP, but I can't remember, obviously.
Um, are you big on the Konosuba train?
Oh yeah, I've seen both seasons.
Okay, because I know as you're a friend of Megu,
Yes, yeah.
he that is like if that's like his one of his if not his favorite.
Yeah. He told me to watch it after I'd finally seen probably like 15 or 20 ads about it on Crunchyroll when I didn't have premium. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. It seems interesting, right? And then I watched
Mm.
it, and I, I swear to God, like, I laughed more than I've ever laughed watching an anime.
I just started season 2 today, actually, because I enjoyed season 1. It was a little too short,
Mm.
but it's so funny. um, of the 2 seasons, which is your favorite?
I like the second season better.
That's what I hear is like season 1 is good, but like season 2 will really surprise you with how high quality.
Yeah. Once again, they have a lot of good character building on top of the characters that you've already seen in season one. I don't think they introduce very many characters, but they really dive deep into what the characters that you saw in season one are and what they're about, and kind of their underlying features that they didn't show in season one.
Mm.
But Aqua's still useless.
I love how he always Cosmo always like you useless goddess every time she screws up whatever she swears up and down she can help with.
Yeah.
Um, other recent things. Fallout 76 beta. Did you play any of that? Are you interested in Fallout at all?
um, I'm really I'm really into Fallout. I didn't play any of the Fallouts other than 4, and I heard that was not even close to like the best one. But I really
Yeah.
did like the graphics of it, and I like the
Hmm.
concept of 76, but I didn't get to play the beta.
Oh, okay.
But I do
You?
plan on playing it once I have, the funds.
Yeah. That's always the hardest part.
Yeah, I mean, I like games. but I'm not willing to spend $60 on a game that I'll only play by myself, you know.
Right. Well, this one you don't have to play by yourself. I know at least I'm getting it in the server. Everyone else is like, no, it's not a true Fallout. So they're against it, which drives me up the wall just because I'm like, it's not supposed to be. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's supposed to be a fun spin-off. It's not taking the place of 5. But I will say, especially after having played it, I get a lot of the criticisms for it. There's stuff that I think they could do a better job on in the beta, having played it. I hope we get a better UI. That's for damn sure. So you did play 4 though,
Yeah.
and you love that.
I put a lot
Um,
of hours onto Fallout 4 on Xbox, which is a huge shame because I basically finished the entire story on Xbox, and then I went and sold my Xbox and then bought it on my PC, and then I think I have 4 hours played on PC. It's just, I don't know, I feel like I should not have played through the story. I should have just kind of did all the side quests, and it would have kept myself interested for longer, but it's just sad that I spent over $100 on one game, buying it twice.
you bought it twice.
Yeah, I bought it on Xbox and PC,
Oh yeah.
and it wasn't on sale on either one
Oh,
of them.
have you played the DLC?
No, because that's never on sale.
I know how you feel. I waited for ages for the Dark Souls 3 DLC to finally go on sale. Because I was like, because I've heard it's like it's all right, but it's 25 bucks
Yeah.
for it is kind of like, eh. And finally my birthday came around, and I was just like, yeah, I'll just get this, you know. I've been wanting to play because I love Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
And then I kid you not, after being fairly disappointed with it, come Halloween, it was on sale for the Steam Halloween sale. I was like, really? Yeah.
Oh man.
Bought it back in April, and not even the summer sale had it.
That's unfortunate.
Like, really? So I understand the crippling weight
Yeah.
of waiting for the one thing you want to go on sale.
Yep. And then you see it and you're like, "Oh, this goes on sale all the time. I'll get it next time, right?" And then it just doesn't go on sale again.
Has it inspired you to play any of the other Fallout games?
I actually got the first Fallout for free
Ooh,
on
nice.
like the, what was it, 10-year anniversary or whatever. It was free for everyone on Steam, and I downloaded it, but I haven't played it because it doesn't work on my PC for some reason. It just crashes. So, yeah, I
Age
would.
might work against it there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a free game, so I'm not complaining, but no, I haven't played any of the other ones.
I recommend 3. I know people tend to rank New Vegas higher than it, but I really think 3 is a better game, and I really like New Vegas. Um, and it might be partially biased just because that was the first really big RPG I got to play um, growing up, and I just remember playing that like on the 360 for the first time. I was just like, "This is amazing! You can do anything you want."
That's how I felt about Skyrim on the 360. That was that was my game, considering I didn't have Xbox Live until I moved out.
God, that was so much fun though. Was being an immature jerk in 8th grade playing Xbox Live every day.
Yeah. I got to go over to my friend's house and play Call of Duty with them. I just always sucked.
Which one?
Um, I played mostly Modern Warfare 2 because that's the one I had. So I played through the campaign a few times, and then I played at my friend's house a few times. But that will always hold like the best Call of Duty in my mind is Modern
It
Warfare
was
2.
really fun.
But there was a lot of cheating. a lot. And considering I played campaign mostly, I didn't really encounter a lot of that. So,
Modern Warfare 2 had such a good campaign, though.
oh yeah, I loved the storyline. It was great. It actually made me buy, COD 4, which was the first Modern Warfare, and then I went through that kind of campaign and kind of linked the stories together.
um, Did you play World at War before MW2 by chance?
No,
Ah, that one's actually my favorite, just because of I love World War Two
yeah,
and Nazi zombies, and also just the multiplayer was really cool when you had everything from like bolt action rifles to submachine guns to heavy machine guns, and plus it had tanks in the multiplayer too.
yeah. I
Yeah.
uh, I remember my friends like always talking about like really cool things they did in it. Like I believe one weekend my buddy comes back from school or comes back from the weekend, comes to school, and he was like, "Man, I you know dove under a bouncing Betty and didn't die," and it was like, "Oh, that was so cool," and I was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about, but sounds awesome."
um. Oh, out of the Konosuba team, who's your favorite character? Because that's a show that's very diverse in its cast in terms of personality and what they do throughout the course of the show.
Um, I don't know. It's kind of a toss up, right? Um,
Hmm.
I really like it's okay. If you were to split it into two different seasons, in the first season I really like Megumin. In the
Okay.
second season I like Darkness more, but only because she gets more involved later on, which is very cool.
does does Megamine get a lot more screen time in season two,
Um,
or does it pull back for the other characters?
I'd say it's actually fairly even for the whole team. I mean, they're always all running around doing their thing, you know. So, I mean,
Hmm.
they're all very, very active in the second season.
Good. I've only seen one episode of season two so far, and I liked it, but
It gets good.
good.
I believe I kind of watched it in like 1.5 sittings.
That's really easy to do with Konosuba though, because there's only 10 episodes.
Yeah, so I mean, it's only 2.5 hours or whatever.
Mm. God, that's sad, because it really is good. It
Yeah,
really sucks to think that.
I mean, to think that I wasted, you know, plenty more time on other animes, that aren't quite as funny or good. But
Oh, the holiday season is coming up. What are you looking forward to?
I'm sorry.
The holiday season is coming up. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, okay. You kind of cut
Is it?
out at the very beginning.
Oh, my bad.
What am I looking forward to? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a new year. I don't know. I'd really like
Is
to
the
get out of
great holiday
2018.
food?
Just, just move on.
Was it girl trouble for 2018?
No, I mean, well, I've been like moved out of my parents' house for a few years now, and now my entire family is not in the same state as me, so it gets lonely around the holidays.
Oh yeah. Oh,
So
you're not gonna travel to go see him?
I can't. If I could, I would, but
Oh,
they're
oh,
halfway across the country.
that's fairly difficult. That's fairly difficult.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I suppose you're from the Midwest, right?
oh no, I'm from Florida, but my mom lives in the Midwest, my uncle lives on the West Coast, and my grandparents live in between them so that they can kind of see them more and more because they're getting older. So,
Oh yeah.
and my mom moved out to the Midwest to for work. So I'm the last one
Mm.
left.
Just little Titan, bro, left at home.
Yep, gotta find my way.
No, that's how it is though, and it sucks right now, but it'll get better.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got things I want to do. Um, I think my overall plan is to finish school, graduate, and then take a course on teaching English abroad. I feel like that would be very fun, kind of, something that I could do to travel the world, essentially.
Hmm.
Um, and they don't get paid too badly. So,
That'd be pretty cool though, getting to teach English abroad. What's
yeah.
made you go to that?
Um, I realized that in my current situation, I wouldn't really be able to travel very easily. Um, I mean, even if I do get, once I do finish school, if I do get a job in my field, I won't have time to leave, you know? So I figured, why not teach abroad and I'll be in whatever country essentially I want and I'll be able to travel every day, and kind of visit
Hmm.
all kinds of places in a day.
Think you'd ever want to teach in Japan?
Yes, I would. But I feel like I believe Japan is one of the hardest countries to get into as far as that goes. Because there's a huge
Bet
waiting
everyone
list.
wants to go to
Yeah,
Japan.
a lot of people want to go, and if you're trying to go to Tokyo, you forget about it, you know. But yeah, my
um,
top three would probably be Japan, Vietnam, or South Korea.
why Vietnam and South Korea?
Vietnam is beautiful. It's just absolutely
Okay.
beautiful. And South Korea, I really love the culture. I think it's really cool. Um, that like kind of everyone's like just doing their own thing, but they're all in like these little cities and whatnot, and they're just kind of just doing whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna. Are you looking forward to at least the winter being warm where you are? Because I don't know about you, but I hate the cold.
Oh, see, I like the cold. I actually moved to Texas for about a year,
A.
and I was like, all right, it should snow, and it didn't. And then I moved back to Florida, and it's not gonna snow. So I, yeah, I mean, I've never seen snow. You know,
Oh.
yeah, 23-year-old. Ah, I'd like to see it. I don't think I'll play in it, because I'm not a child anymore. But you never know.
Well, if it's your first time seeing snow, you have the excuse to.
Yeah,
Um, think about it this way. Statistically, it snows in most parts of the world.
yeah,
So, I mean, theoretically, especially if you're getting to travel, teaching English abroad, more than likely you'll run into some somehow, somewhere.
yeah. I mean, even the time I went to Colorado and we like went up on this hiking trail, we didn't. I mean, it was Colorado, but there was no snow anywhere. In
Mm,
I believe it was early October, so that might have been why.
mm.
But
That really sucks, though.
yeah, the one time I've been to a place where there's like almost guaranteed to be snow, and I get rejected by Mother Nature.
um, would you? Oh, you finally do get to see snow, and there's a significant amount of it. What's the first thing you do with it?
Um, I would probably. Okay. Have you ever watched Top Gear?
Oh yeah,
Okay, you remember the episode in which they took a snowplow and plowed a road?
I think so.
Uh,
It was like in Norway, I think.
yeah, and Jeremy decided to pull out a new way to measure the amount of snow by diving into it head first. That's probably what I would do. Except in his case, it didn't really work out because it was really packed. So he just like jumped on his head. But I'll make sure it's not packed.
But you will do the head dive.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And then
You gotta make sure you have all the. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then I'd probably do a very, very horrible angel, snow angel. It'd probably just end up being like a oval, but it's all right.
I think those look really cool, like when you see one in any form, like it'd be like a cartoon or anime or TV, whatever. But like you just get a bunch of like cold snow on you. Like,
Yeah. And I feel like if it's like not super cold, I feel like you'd just be wet. You know what I mean? From laying down in the snow.
right. Yeah, so let me just rub my whole jacket and sweatpants and everything else in this nice wet snow so I can be cold and wet. Perfect. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about today or give any special shout outs to?
Um. Yeah. Next time we should have Megu on.
For sure,
so,
for sure.
So he could roast me in my grammar.
Does he do that?
Yes.
He's been on really late at night, so I haven't seen him as much.
Yeah, he's been working until like.
So I haven't got to see a lot of like Megu X Titan fanfic so far.
Yeah, we won't get into that right now.
CP Man's been doing a lot of writing, including like he's finished one because he read it to us in voice chat, and he's working on the second.
He finished the second one already. Yeah.
Oh, he did, but he did wrestling.
Yep.
Like an entire like wrestling set match, epic 30-person wrestling match.
Yeah.
For our server.
He's also done a. It's not the Royal Rumble, but it's the other one where it's called a TWF show. It's essentially a Royal Rumble, except it's 2v2s.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know much about.
It's like tag
wrestling.
teams. So I believe in this one, I'll send you like the doc, but it's in this one, it's me and Megu versus Merseni and Grape as our tag team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
I'm rooting for y'all in that matchup.
It's pretty funny. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah, but maybe we can get him to write a nice Megu X Titan Bro story.
Story about how we met or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a.
Yeah.
'Cause everyone knows that we're either lovers or the same person. It's one of the two.
Yeah. No other options. Only one of those two.
Yeah.
Plot twist. It's both.
Yeah. It's a heavy case of narcissism.
We'll have to ask CP Man to give us the literature interpretation of it. Well, Titan, thank you so much for coming on. It's been great having you on. Hope to have you again on in the future, especially with Megu.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks for having me, man.
As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Dark Trennow here with Titan Bro Montana. We thought for a fun bonus we would have
Online.
a game of Brawlhalla. Just at the end of the episode, since
Custom.
we both have that, and we've had some really good games on here. Let me invite you real quick.
Alright.
Actually, I just joined you. Never mind.
Alright. That works.
Should I play with Ryan or Kumiko? Or
That's up
Yumiko?
to you.
I'm gonna go
I'll
with
follow
you.
you.
I know you hate me
Alright.
for it, but
I'm gonna vote for Miami. Yes.
Three, two, one, brawl!
oh, I'm not sure how good the bow's gonna be. Oh, you're dang.
Oh. Oh, you delayed it. Oh. Oh.
I do not like this. Oh, tight.
Oops. Oh.
Already in the deep yellow though.
Oops. Oh. Whoops.
Expert over there.
Yeah, right. Oh my. Oh, why can't I dodge that, dude?
Kinda tricky. I thought I was gonna miss that last one actually. That down attack is good.
Oops.
I gotta.
Gah! Aw. Oh, that was quick.
Go.
Come on.
I feel bad though. Like this character really just scammed the bone. All her other moves are just crap. Nice throw.
Oh, shit. Oh!
I just realized you put a mine. I was about to come up there, like,
I almost landed on it.
That'd be kind of possible.
Player one
Good
wins.
game, good game.
Okay.
I Alright guys, thanks for making it to the end of the episode and getting to see this little bonus of us playing the game. Let us know if you want to see us playing more games. That'd probably be a pretty cool thing to do in the future. As always, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.